feel very surprised I have been picked because I already raised my hand for last 2 weeks.
Oh, well, thank you for your patience.
Thank you, Joe, because I feel like this daily meditation practice be the gift that COVID-19 bring me. So I feel very happy. But one of my questions is that because I'm brand new beginner of meditation, and when I do the meditation exercise, I can feel the calm and the less stressful emotions. But when I change to the reality and face some anxiety or anxious accident, I began to feel very anxious and some extreme emotionals again. So my question is that how can I transfer the calm in meditation to the reality?
So how long have you been practicing?
Maybe 2 months.
Okay, 2 months. It's a wonderful question, and it's a question that all of us are challenged by and ask ourselves all the time, because it's one thing to sort of put yourself in a meditative posture and invite this kind of softening and a certain degree of calming to develop, and we can get good at that. But as I've been emphasizing from the very beginning of this, the real meditation practice is life itself. And it's not about being attached to a particular result, like even calm or clarity, that our awareness is capable of recognizing when we're not calm and when, as you're describing, that you get really anxious. So you can experiment, and it's part of the practice, with just allowing yourself to be anxious and hold that in awareness in the same way as you might hold a child who fell down and hurt themselves. And they might think it's the end of the world, but you know that it's going to be okay. And all of us feel tremendous anxiety. And of course, the pandemic is making it, infinitely more so. So it's not about shutting off our feelings or our anxiety or controlling things at all, but just as we do when we're practicing the formal meditation, to simply be the awareness of whatever is presenting itself. And in doing that, as I've said a number of times, it gives us a whole other way of doing it, like a mother or a father holding a child in that way. And so there's a certain degree of self-compassion and benevolence and reminding and sort of clarification that it's impermanent, it will not last, and you can just ride the waves of it, or surf on it, just the way we can ride the waves of our own breathing. Is this easy to do? No. Is it a doing it all? Not really. That's the hard part, is that it's a being. So when you don't put this on as another thing you have to do in order to be a good meditator, then actually you can do this in no time. And it doesn't mean you have to meditate for 10 years before you reach this advanced stage of equanimity, so to speak. It's available to us right here and right now. I hope that's helpful to you.
Yeah.
Where are you calling from, by the way? Where are you located at the moment?
Now I'm in St. Louis and studying Master of Social Work program.
Okay, wonderful.
I have a small following question, because I think if we want to be in the moment at present, we need to know the message from the brain or the message from the mind. So sometimes how can we differentiate those messages from the mind or from the heart?
You speak an Asian language?
Yeah,
Which one?
Chinese.
Okay. Is it not true that in Chinese, the word for mind and the word for heart is the same word?
I mean the differentiates the message from the mind or brain.
Mind or brain. Okay. So I would not worry about that. That involves a lot of thinking. And I don't think you need to differentiate between mind and brain. All you need to do is see what's arising in experience. It's the experience that's important and not how we experience. No neuroscientist understands how experience arises, how you get what we call sentience or awareness out of what they often refer to as 3 pounds of meat in the head, or out of trillions of synaptic connections among billions of neurons. No one knows how we go from that, and there's no you there. There's no Shua Yin in there in the brain, but somehow you are here and you know who you are. So that's one of the profound mysteries of being human. And it's best not to think too much about it, but to just learn how to navigate your own interior and exterior experience when the weather patterns of our emotional and thinking life are so tumultuous. So we're not trying to privilege calmness. We're learning how to surf under all conditions. And sometimes, of course, we get thrown off the board. That's okay too. Just get back on. About 1,000,000 times.
Thank you, your answer. I have this question because I also taking the coaching class, life coaching class, and that coach told me that you are beyond your brain and even your mind. So I have those kind of question, but I think
Well,
your
that's
answer.
a mystery. I mean, you are, you are beyond your mind and beyond your brain. So that's why I've been emphasizing who are you? And the not knowing is a very, very powerful place to actually reside in what you could call don't know mind, what the Zen people call don't know or not knowing mind. That's very powerful because you're knowing that you don't know, that gives you really a lot of freedom, and including freedom from suffering, even when there's a huge amount of pain. Thank you.